Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Keating, and the chapter I did was Chapter 12, Understanding and Managing Stress. So the first stressor is teammates. Arguing among teammates can cause major stress issues for not only you, but the entire team. Fighting can cause separation among the team, which adds stress among everyone around you because they are forced to choose between teammates. So when two teammates argue, that just causes stress between the whole team and makes everyone separate from one another, which allows you not to be able to communicate on the field better with each other. It also makes teammates choose between teammates. If one teammate likes the other teammate better than the other one, then they're gonna go with that other teammate, which just causes the entire team to split and lose focus. The best way to fix that is to have a team meeting, players only, and have everyone talk about this. The best thing to do is have the players who are in the fight talk about what made them mad and what caused them to do this. And then once they do that, then you squash it and become a unit. That way, once you become this unit, you can do whatever you want on the field. The next stressor is bad practices. When athletes have a bad practice or multiple bad practice, they tend to stress out and lose confidence in themselves and their play. They tend to believe that they are not as good as everyone else. This has happened to me before. I've had multiple bad practices where I thought I was the worst one on the team. But that's not the case. Your teammates know that you're better than this and that they will always have confidence in you. The best way to defeat this stressor is by watching film of yet before practices over and over again to see what you're doing wrong, to see what footsteps you're taking wrong, or how you can get to a better block, or what angle you can take to get to a faster player. So if you're having multiple bad practices, don't lose confidence. They always happen, but you will bounce back and you will get a good one. The next stressor is the weight room. There is always a major stress when it comes to the weight room and you see people lifting bigger weight than you. You tend to stress out and think less of yourself as an athlete and make you believe you won't go anywhere after high school ball or junior college ball. This is another big issue for me. I see people who are smaller than me putting up more weight than me all the time in the weight room at Foothill. I stress out because I think I'm not as strong as them. I'm weaker. That I won't go anywhere. And it makes me upset because I know I'm strong enough. I just don't know if I'll be able to do it. But that stressor is limiting me. I need to focus on just doing what I can do and doing it the best that I can. The weight room is just somewhere that you need to build up. And with positive thinking and hard work, you can build up in the weight room and get bigger weights. The next stressor is eligibility. This is the biggest stress factor in the athlete's life. Every athlete stresses about being eligible for next quarter and thinking he won't be able to play and that we have to sit out while the rest of your teammates go on and play. You then just realize that your stress factor goes up not knowing when you will ever play again. This is also another huge factor in an athlete's stress life. Eligibility is the thing that lets us know that we're going to be playing next quarter, or we'll be able to graduate and go to a 4-year college on a transfer. This eligibility, not having it, causes so much stress between you and your sports, you and your family. This is the biggest one out of them all. And by just staying focused and keeping your mind right, you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to be eligible and focus on getting that work in. Another major stressor is injuries. Season-ending injuries can cause major stress for a young athlete. Going to the hospital, getting a cast, and then finally going through rehab can cause serious stress and makes a young athlete go crazy, wondering if they will ever get back on the field. Last year, my friend, my quarterback, Josh Sears, he broke his collarbone. He was stressed because he had to sit out the rest of the season, and he had a broken collarbone, and he just had to rehab it and just limit his time. Like during practice this year, he was getting limited reps, and it was causing him to stress out a bit, not knowing if he'll be able to go back and play this year. Injuries make everyone stressed out a lot, and it's a sucky thing to go through, but with positive thoughts and hard work, you can get through it. Another stressor is family. Everyone has had those moments where a family member or relative you haven't seen in forever comes to one of your games. You see them in the stands and you start saying that you need to improve your game 100% more just to impress them. Then the game actually happens and you play awful. And you just add the stress of letting your family down. Now you have the stress of playing terrible on top of it. This has happened to me multiple times. If a family member that you haven't seen in forever comes to your game and you see them, don't think about the family member. What I mean is, be happy that your family members are there to watch you and support you, but be focused on the game and what's at task. Your family's going to be proud of you no matter how good you play or how bad you play. But you should always focus on the game instead of trying to impress somebody. The last thing is dealing with stress. Every athlete who goes through this stress have different ways to deal with it. However, the one thing they all have in common is that they grind. No matter if people hear you or see you working hard, if you keep on focusing on what you believe in and put all the effort forward, no matter how much stress, you can conquer it. Just because a little stress has you down, you shouldn't give up. You should always try to fight back, no matter how hard it is, how tough it is, no matter what you're going through. You should always try to fight back and stop and control your life. That was Understanding and Managing Stress by Brandon Keating.